I've been playing for 10 years as a professional basketball player, and I lost $1 million. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another vlog. I'm your boy Tyren Johnson. In case you don't know me, I'm a professional athlete currently playing in France for a team called Blua, and welcome to my channel. I wanted to do this video because I feel like it's very important that we see both sides of being a professional athlete. Not just both sides, all sides of being a professional athlete. So I wanted to do this video to make sure that I don't only show me smiling, me traveling, me scoring a lot of points, and me just having a lot of fun when there was some downtimes, when there was some hardships, there was some rough times in my life that I think can help you, and prepare the next generation or the next player that's coming up out of college, coming up out of high school, or current pros, to help them avoid some of these situations. Don't do the same thing I've done. I've been playing for 10 years as a professional basketball player, and I lost $1 million. Probably a little bit more. I made good money as a basketball player. I've been playing for like 10 years. I don't think I ever played one season where I made less than 100 grand. And man, I'm just looking at myself like, yo, where did that money go? Because before I came to this team, I came to this team in 2017, I might have had a few $100s in my bank account. And really and truly, I don't think I had that because I was talking to this girl, thought she was one of my close friends, but she needed some money for an apartment, and I had like maybe $300. She needed like $250, and I ended up giving her the $250, and I was left with like $50, and we don't even speak today. I'm gonna get more into that. Not that situation, but those type of situations later on in the video. But yeah, man, you go from being a college athlete, not really having no money, to being a professional athlete, to having a bunch of money coming in at one time. Then you getting this money monthly. We was getting bonuses. I always had side hustles. So money just started pouring in, and I'm like, whoa. The country kid from Vassar, Louisiana just went from a couple $1,000s in the bank to 40, 50, $100,000 in the bank within months. And I didn't know how to handle that because I had no financial literacy. No one taught me about money. No one taught me how to make money. No one taught me how to manage money. I was always taught on how to work for money. That's why I was hone my skills, be the best player that I can so I can get a big check. I never thought about how to manage that check though. I always thought, just don't spend no money, just save everything and you'll be okay. I always was told those stories, but that's not living life. You work hard to enjoy this piece of paper, which money really is, and you can't even enjoy it because you're afraid to make purchases. And then when you make purchases, you're not making the right purchases. So coming out of college, man, I just had no education on how to spend money. I just was green in this big world of business where money was coming in so fast, I was lost. When you become a professional athlete, you're gonna start getting all kind of people coming at you. You're gonna have agents coming at you, financial advisors, investors, friends, families, women that you barely knew, and vice versa. This is for men and women. So you're gonna get a whole bunch of people telling you what to do with your money. Those people don't necessarily have your best interest at hand. And that's frustrating because you work so hard, now you got this money, you wanna do good by it, nobody wants to go broke. But then you get these financial advisors telling you to invest in this, invest in that, and they're charging you by the conversations. Whenever you make an investment, they're charging you a fee to help you with that investment. They're charging you for everything. So now you can't even have a normal conversation because you feel like this person is having a genuine conversation with you, but they're really charging you for all of this. Your friends would tell you a long drawn story, then tell you a big sad part of that story just to ask you for money. Same thing with family. It's like everyone changes. But yet whenever you get money, they say that you change. Well, the reality is everyone changes around you. I wasn't working that hard to be the same, so I didn't change. The people around me changed. And that's what I noticed early. And they played that guilty trip on me for a long time. And I took it. I was like, okay, I changed. But when I thought about it, I really didn't change because the only thing I really cared about was hooping and my hobbies. And that's the same thing I care about today. That's the same thing I care about then. Everyone around me thought that when I got paid, they got paid. And that caused some ruffles. For me, I didn't like cards. So I would go to the ATM all the time. I would stare at the ATM machine. And I would keep like $1,000 cash in my pocket every day to make sure that, whatever I needed, I had it in cash. If we go out or if we do anything, I had the cash right there. I didn't like the cards because I felt it was hard to track my money with the cards. But whenever I seen the money in my pocket, I felt I had a better connection with the money. When the money goes, I'll be like, yo, you spending too much money. Still not understanding that I'm spending too much money, I'll be like, okay, it's gone. I'm gonna go back to the ATM machine and get another 1,000 out because it was so much money in my accounts. I just kept getting thousands. Whenever it go low, I'm like, all right, man, damn, I'm spending the money fast. Let me go get another 1,000. I'm gonna chill out this week. But that's not no plan. The money is still going and none is coming in. It's still going, none is coming in. Not to mention, it was a couple of times I stopped playing basketball and I didn't have a regular paycheck coming in. That contributed a lot to me losing $1 million too. Because, I stopped playing and I still had the same lifestyle. You can't have the same lifestyle when you don't got the same checks coming in. And I didn't understand that because this was all new to me, man. My homeboys would hit me and be like, yo, let's go to the club. I'd be like, all right, shit, let's go. They'd be like, shit, okay, we going tonight. I'd be like, damn, I don't got no clothes. So what would I do? I would go to the mall to buy clothes for the club just for that night. I would buy 4 outfits, shirt, pants, belt, shoes. I would do that maybe 2, 3 times a month. I wouldn't have outfits on me because I traveled so much, so I would have these small suitcases. I didn't bring clothes for the club because I wasn't a big club person, but my friends were. And they would always want to go out, and I would just buy outfits for the day. And that goes $200 shirt, $200 pair of pants, $400 belt, maybe $600 shoes. That's almost $1,500, $2,000 right there. I might buy a watch to go too. And that was only for that night. I would do that so much, man. It was just impulse buying at its finest. And like I said, I would just go to the ATM and get another 1,000, put it in my pocket and have it ready for the club that night. Then we get to the club. I'm going to the club, my car. I'm paying for valet. I'm paying for VIP for me and multiple peoples. I'm paying for the section in the club, and I'm paying for the bottles in the club. Nothing is getting broken down. Nothing is getting splitted. This is all on my tab. So it's $20, $40, something like that for the valet. It's probably, well, you'll buy sections for that, come with the VIP. Just for the section alone, that's about $600 for 10 people. Then you got 2 bottles for about, it's only 6 of y'all. 2 bottles, that's enough. You could add another $200, $300 to that. So that's $900 plus the valet outside, that's $940. Plus, I never used to like to drive home, so I would get a hotel for me and probably one of my homeboys. That's another $100. So it's probably a $1,300 a night, plus the clothes that I bought from the mall that day. So like, add all of that up, and you get a $4,000, $5,000 a day. Not a weekend, a day. So when you look at it from that aspect, it just start going. But once again, that'd be a $4,000, $5,000 day. I would still have, I don't know, 200,000, 150,000 in the bank. So I wasn't tripping. I didn't even feel that. According to the knowledge I had about money, I didn't even feel that at the time. Then I moved to Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas is one of those cities that's small and everything's available. If you got the bag in Houston, you can get into so much. It's something to do every night. One thing about Houston, man, strip clubs. I don't even like the strip clubs, bro. I never did like it. I just used to go for the ambience. I love, when I go to clubs, I like to hear the bass because I'm a beat maker. But, in Houston, you go to strip clubs, you get some of the best pasta, some of the best chicken wings you've probably gonna find. And, we would go to the strip club, man, just have a blast and just chill. We wasn't really even into the strippers. We would admire the work they were doing, but that lifestyle comes a lot of money, man. Once again, you got the valet outside. You got to pay that $20, $40. You got to pay $20, $30 to get in. You at 50 already. Man, I would go in there and I would probably spend like $700 a night. And that's a light night. That's a normal night. I would do it. I remember one time I went with my homegirls. It was me and like 5 girls. And one of the girls was a porn star. She probably had more money than me. But I went in there, I took out like 1,000. I had 100, I gave her 100, gave her 100, gave her 100, gave her 100. I gave everybody 100 so that they can have fun with the strippers because I wanted them to have just as much fun as me. For me, I'll be in a club doing grenades. Get 100 ones, stacked in 100 ones, ball it up, throw it on the strippers. Grenade! That's the type of games I would play because, man, I didn't have no respect for money. I didn't even understand that money was moving that fast. You know what I'm saying? Then I probably would have bought some liquor, some shots for everybody in there. It just was really out of control, man. Now here's the killer. That lifestyle was cool. I mean, I still wasn't doing too much. I still had that. No, that was way too much. But the thing about it is that that's not really my lifestyle. My lifestyle is hooping and my hobbies. And I got very expensive hobbies. So now you add somebody else's lifestyle on top of my lifestyle, that's how you go broke. I will buy cameras. This camera was $2,000. I will buy the freshest lens. That's $1,000, $2,000. I will buy the best microphone. That's $300. I will buy the Joby tripod that this is on. That's $150. I got drone up there. That's like $1,000. I got tripods. That's like $200. I got a Karma stabilizer that I don't use. $500. I got the DJI Ronin. That's $500. I got the microphone right here, golden microphone. That was $2,000. I got the foam around the microphone, that was $50. The pop filter, that was $20. I got these lights right here, that was another $100. I got this Mac computer, this Mac laptop, that was like $3,000. I got 2 terabyte of hard drive, that's $200. I got this MIDI controller to make beats, that's $100. Not to mention the DAW, that's $200. Logic Pro, that's $200. All of the plugins I got on there, that's about $10,000. I got the Adobe Suite, I pay $60 per month for that. The interface to make the beats, that's $200. These little things around here, the foam to soundproof the room, that was like $100. I got man, I got so much stuff. I got like 2 or 3 more drones at home. I got so much stuff that I'm into, from beat making to designing to photography to everything, man. I got basketball. I gotta buy shoes. I had to buy tights. All of that costs, man. So whenever you put all that together, and I travel a lot. One plane ticket is $500 or better. Mix it up with a 4-star hotel, that's $150 a night. $1,000 a trip. I was going 2-3 trips a week. That's how you go broke, bro. Not to mention the rental cars that's a whole nother charge. Then the hotels I was staying, you would have to pay for parking by the day. So on top of the hotel being $150 a night, you got $30 for parking, that's $180 a night. And you got the rental car that you parking, that's probably $70 a day. Bro, do you see what's going on? It can get out of control. So in conclusion, how did I lose $1 million? Girls, clothes, trips, clubs, my hobbies. All of that went into me losing $1 million. Not to mention the girls, man. It was just like, I didn't spend money on girls, but I spent money on girls. I would go on dates with girls at expensive restaurants, not to impress them, but because that's the type of restaurants I ate at. I would go to Roof Chris, Capital Grill. I ate that normally. Like that, I couldn't cook, so my normal meal would be a Roof Chris or a Capital Grill. But I would take women with me there, and they would think that they're special. That's a whole nother video. I won't get into it, but that just was my normal life. But that adds up whenever you eating out all the time. I gotta add that to the list. Eating out killed my budget. A day for me to eat was $80 per day probably. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I ate out every meal because I couldn't cook. So add all of that up, man, you can get real high in the spending category. The other thing was taking care of everybody. What happens is, man, it was hard for me to say no. It's not hard now, but it was hard for me to say no to damn near everybody. I felt sorry for everybody. Everybody had a story. And what happened? You lose your money, man. Like, people tell you that story, they give you the sad stories, but at the end of the day, whenever you in trouble, nobody's gonna look for you. You know, I got so many people tell me they're in the hole, they gonna give me back the money the next day. I give them the money, then they say, man, I can't do it. I'm still in the hole. I'm like, yo, well, now I'm in the hole. But, bro, they look at you like you're a professional athlete, so you don't get that money back most of the times. It's sad to say, it's the ones that's closest to you, bro. But that's why you gotta pay attention to everyone around you, and you gotta get comfortable with saying no, because you're gonna end up broke by trying to be a yes man all the time. And the last thing, man, I think was the main reason I lost $1 million was because I didn't have a budget. If I had a budget, it would have been cool for me to stick by it. I love challenges. I wouldn't have no problem with sticking to a budget. I just didn't know about a budget. I didn't know about nothing when it came to money. But now I have a budget, and it's fun spending money. It's fun saving money. It's fun investing money. Money is like my slave. So now I don't have that issue because I know where every dollar goes. And I go broke every month today because I spend all my money monthly. But I spend it on emergency funds, I spend it on savings, I spend it on investing, I spend every penny. My bills, my wants, the things that I want, I buy it, whatever I want. But I know I have a cap. And that's my advice I would give to every young athlete, is to have a budget and minimize the women, bro. Because a lot of that stuff we was doing was to impress girls. Subconsciously, not me. I didn't really did things to really impress girls, but I was thinking to myself, like, what other reason am I doing it? It was just like, if I want to go to the club, I want to look really good going to the club for these girls to be like, he's the man. When really and truly, I like wearing truth light. That's the bottom line, man. So don't be like me, man. Take care of your money early. Get yourself a budget. And make sure that you pay attention to every dollar. Every dollar. And check out my website, TyrenJohnson.com. You can get this shirt, Truth Life shirts. You can get online training. You can listen to my podcast. Everything will be on the site, man. Thanks for watching. If you got this far through the video, I hope it wasn't boring, but I felt like this video needed to be made. But besides that, I'm signing out. Until next time, peace.